Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome today to Akshaya Tritya. It's a unique festival, comes once a year, very important day, very auspicious day. Normally, in a day, you have to check the timings to do any pujas or any yagyas, any ceremonies. But on this day, you don't have to check anything. It's very auspicious all day. So why is it so auspicious? And also we talk about Chandan Yatra today. So Tritya, Akshaya Tritya falls on the third Tithi, lunar day of the bright half, Shukla Paksh of the Vaishak month. And this year it's today, it's Tuesday, the 3rd of May. And it's, as we said, a very auspicious day. There are no inauspiciousness to be found on this day. So even checking murtas is considered unnecessary. Whatever bhakti one does on this day for devotees and the Lord is never lost. Akshaya, unlimited and permanent, and will remain eternally beneficial. In the Hari Bhakti Vilas, Srila Sanatana Goswami calls this day as a pious day that is very dear to Lord Madhava. So, Akshayam literally means that which cannot be worn out or deteriorated, or that which always exists. For material gains, people use this festival for many purposes. So this today would be new ventures would start, marriages take place, expensive investments such as investment in gold. Usually people go out and fill the jeweler's shop, or property, or new beginnings are often undertaken on this day, especially giving in charity. It's also a day of remembrance for the loved ones who have died to save them from suffering due to sinful reactions. On this day, you can also do Andan Seva by feeding devotees, guests with Krishna Prasad. Many auspicious events. Now, the reason why is because this day is filled with incredibly auspicious events. We'll touch on the main ones, but there are many, many more. Parshuram appeared on this day. Lord Parshuram, he came just before Lord Ramachandra. He's one of the Dasavatars, very powerful warrior, and he cleansed the earth of the Kshatriya class 21 times. Ganga Mata descended to earth on this day. So really auspicious day. And next Sunday, next Sunday is Janu Saptami, which is another important day for remembering Ganga Mata. But today also, it's when she entered into this world. And of course,
the earth, she was in heaven already.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Into this earth, yeah. And Lord Shiva broke her journey. She landed on his hair and gently brought her to earth. Otherwise, the force of the water would have destroyed earth. And there's Bhagirath, who is worshipping and thanking Ganga Mata for coming and protecting, saving the ancestors. Very nice pastime. And Ganga Mata, we should always, whenever we go to Bharat, we try to bathe in her wonderful waters. This day also marks the beginning of Treta Yuga. There are 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. We are, of course, in Kali Yuga. But on this day, Treta Yuga began many millions of years ago. Well, not millions, actually, about 2 million odd years ago, just over 2 million years ago. This is quite an interesting chart because it shows all the different yugas together with the different dharmas in each age, how long they last, the lifespan of the human being, how big they are as well, and the avatar, who is Yuga avatar, and the virtues, austerity in Satya Yuga, they used to live long lives, cleanliness in Treta Yuga, kindness, compassion in Dwapar Yuga, truthfulness. These are the legs of Dharma, and slowly, one by one, they all got destroyed. And in Kali Yuga, truthfulness is the last standing leg, although even that is a little shaky. And when this is a really extraordinary calculation, this the 4 yugas is just 0.12 seconds of Brahma's life. 0.12 seconds. So also the day Sudama visited his childhood friend Lord Krishna in Dwarka and received unlimited wealth. So that's an auspicious day today is because Sudama visited his friend. He didn't visit him to ask for money. He visited him because he missed his friend. He was always thinking about his Gurukul companion, and finally he had the opportunity to meet him in Dwarka. So he went, and he didn't ask for a penny. He's poorless. He was poor, had nothing, not even a penny to his name. But when he saw the Lord, he was just enamored by the Lord, and the Lord amazingly worshipped him. He showed how to greet an uninvited guest, and especially a Brahmin at that. So, very nice day. So this is, and yes, Lord Krishna worshipped the Brahman, Sudama, with puja. And everybody was amazed. What is Krishna doing to this dirty Brahman who's got torn clothes? What the heck is he doing? But Krishna showed how to greet and meet the Brahmins. Today is also the day that the Pandavas received the Akshaya Patra from the Surya Dev. This saved them many a time. Draupadi used to cook, and it was unlimited. What was in, they used to have so many guests who used to visit them in the forest. They had so many sages and Brahmins who used to come and take their association, and everybody would be fed. And until finally Draupadi has eaten, that Akshapatra would continue to have food, prasad. And one time Durvasa Muni came with his 60,000 disciples wanting prasad. And at that moment, Draupadi had finished the meal. There was nothing left. And Yudhishthira and Draupadi and Pandavas, they was in a state of shock. What to do now? We have to serve Durvasa Muni, such a great soul. And he'll get angry if we don't. What to do now? At that time, Krishna came and he said to the Draupadi, look in the pot. Is there anything left? She said, no, there's nothing left. I've cleaned it. Now go and have a look. There must be something left. No, I was taught by one of your main queens, Satyabhama, how to clean pots. So don't tell me there's anything left. Of course, when she looked, there was one piece of rice left, one grain of rice. Krishna ate it, and he burped. And suddenly Durvasa Muni and all his 60,000 disciples also burped at the same time. And they never returned back to Yudhishthir. This was Krishna saving them. There you go. There he is. When Krishna's belly is full, everybody's satisfied. So when we serve Krishna, everything is satisfied. Just like when you water the root of the plant, the whole plant becomes nourished. Today also Vyasadeva composed the Mahabharata. Started composing, yeah. He asked Ganesh, please, Ganpati ji, I want you to write what I say. And Ganpati said, I'm too busy. I'll do it for you because you've asked me. But if you stop, I'm off. So then Vyasadeva said, okay, that's fair enough. But if you only write if you understand, okay? And Ganpati said, yeah, I understand everything. I'll write. You speak, I'll write. So Vyasadeva spoke Mahabharata, many scriptures. And sometimes he had to have a loo break, right? So at that time, he would compose some really difficult verses. And Ganpati would have to, what's that verse mean? Before actually writing it, you'd have to try to understand. So some of the verses in the Vedas are extremely complex. And this is one of the reasons why. So they've had to write complex verses so that Ganpati ji has to think about what he's writing so he can have a little break. There you go. Today is also the day Adi Shankaracharya composed the Kanakadhar Stotam. I'm sure Karuna has already sung this. But this is, okay, we've got one of the verses here. And the meaning is,
To her devotees and those who are great, grants she a place in heaven, which is difficult to attain. Just by a glance of her compassion-filled eyes, let her sparkling eyes, which are like the fully open lotus, fall on me and grant me all my desires.
So this is a prayer to Lakshmi Devi. Because we've been taught that we shouldn't just worship Lakshmi without Narayan, because Lakshmi and Narayan are always together. If you worship Lakshmi without Narayan, well, she won't hang around. She likes Narayan, so she'll be with Narayan. So that's why we worship Narayan as well. Kuber received his wealth and position as custodian of wealth today. There is. And the goddess Annapurna Devi, who stands for nourishment, appeared on this day. That's why feeding pilgrims, devotees is very auspicious today. We're honoring Annapurna Mataji. And there she is giving some grains to Lord Shiva himself. Also, it's the beginning of the annual construction of the chariots for the Puri Rath Yatra. It starts today, the construction of the chariot. It takes them 2 months. And it's one very elaborate exercise. And they have a science behind it. The scriptures written how to build this Rath cart. And it's an exact science.
There's no nails or anything like
no
holding,
nails. Yeah.
holding.
Not even super glue. Really quite extraordinary. There are other events that occur or occurred in the past. So we can just quickly go through some of those. Simachalam in Andhra Pradesh is the abode of Lord Nasimha. The deity of Lord Nasimha is always covered with sandal paste. So on the day...
Prabhuji, we went to Simachalam in Andhra Pradesh.
Well done, well done. Very good.
We saw Narasimha Dev.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Prabhuji, when I was small only, we went to Simachalam. My father and my mother planned to go to trip to Simachalam.
Excellent. So you'll have to take us one day.
Okay, Prabhuji.
On the day of Akshaya Tritya, which occurs 11 days before the appearance of Lord Nrsimhadev. So Nrsimhadev appears in 11 days time on the 15th of May. It's not quite 11 though, is it? Anyway.
No, it's moon.
Yeah, according to the moon, yeah. The sandalwood paste is removed and Abhishek is performed. This is the only day the devotees will get to see the form of the Lord. On the same evening, so tonight, or now even, the deity is again covered with sandal paste. Very interesting. So there must be a lot of pilgrims who go and have darshan in Simachalam in Andhra Pradesh. This is it. Amazing place. Quite hard to get to. We've never actually made it there yet. And there he is, Lord Nrsimhadev, always covered in sandalwood paste. Actually, this is in Mayapur. The temples of...
Sorry, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, anyone?
Why is he always covered in sandal paste?
Keep him cool, eh?
Yeah, keep him cool because he's such ferocious and angry.
Okay, is it in everywhere or only in this temple?
Only in this temple.
Only in this temple, yeah.
Okay.
But today, all temples, well, temples will be putting sandalwood paste on him.
Okay.
For this month, some do every day.
It's for 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3
This,
weeks.
this, that's the celebration of Chandan Yatra, which we
Chandan
come
Yatra.
to.
Thank you.
Thank you. The temples of Badrinath, Gangotri, and Yamunotri are closed during the winter. Today they open, and it's always been one of my desires to go to Gangotri again. We went there many years ago, and it's the most exquisite place, extraordinary place. This is Badrinath. Lord Rishabdev broke 1 year fast that he had been observing by drinking sugarcane juice today. And Lord Rishabdev is that the Jains consider him as their first Tirthankar, but he's actually incarnation of Vishnu. And before starting the Hare Krishna movement, Prabhupada incorporated a society in Bharat called the League of Devotees. And that was at Jhansi on the auspicious day of Akshaya Tritya, 16th of May, 1953. So there's a very nice pastime which we can just talk about in Vraj time, during the time of Krishna. In Nandagram, Nand Maharaj excavated a lake, a large lake, then known as Nand Sarovar. And a nice pastime took place there. All the Brajbasis used to bathe in that lake. Vishubhanu, who is the father of Radharani, Vishubhanu Maharaj would also come and bathe with his family at the other end. Srimati Radharani and Krishna used to swim underwater to the middle of the lake and engage in pastimes. One day, Krishna noticed that instead of cooking the usual meal of rice, dal, sabji, chapati, Mother Yashoda was making all kinds of fried preparations. When Krishna asked her why she was cooking these things, she replied that Nand Maharaj was going on pilgrimage the next day to Prayag on Akshaya Tritya, and that the fried things she was cooking would last for several days, so he didn't have to cook. So the next morning, Nand Maharaj got up early and went to take his bath in the lake. When he got there, he saw a person he had never seen before, a regal person rolling in the dust and diving into Nand Sarovar again and again. So Nand Maharaj approached him. I've never seen you before. Who are you? Oh, Baba, I am Prayagaraj. Oh, the king of all holy places, Tirthas. Ah, why have you come here then? Baba, all year long, people come and bathe in my river, in my waters, and leave their sins. So every year on Akshaya Tirtha, I come here, roll in the dust of Braj and bathe in this Sarovar, because this dust and this lake has the potency to purify one from all sins. So Nand Maharaj was amazed. He noticed that on the other side of the lake were many beautiful personalities. There were Ganga, Saraswati, Godavari, Kuru Jangala, Kaveri, Narmada, etc. Nand Maharaj then decided, why should I take the trouble to go to Prayag when they're all coming here? It would be nonsense. He goes to Prayag and Prayag is here. From that day on, Nand Sarovar became known as Pavan Sarovar. So very purifying Sarovar. This is a really amazing pastime. So this is Nand Sarovar, or Pavan Sarovar. Then just moving on to Chandan Yatra. Akshaya Tirtha also marks the beginning of Chandan Yatra, in which the Lord is smeared with sandalwood paste due to the scorching heat of the summer season. So we've been hearing how it's so hot already in Bharat. It's been hot for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks. But actually the summer season starts from today, and it gets extremely hot. This Chandan Yatra festival is celebrated over a period of 21 days in which the devotees make different arrangements to cool the Lord down. And want to give him relief from the intensity. Of course, he doesn't need any relief. Right? He's Atma Brahma, he's self-satisfied. But devotees like to serve him, and they like to serve him in a very personal way. So one of the ways they do in the summer is to cool him down in this Chandan Yatra. Oh, although the Lord is self-sufficient, does not require anything, but the devotees take Krishna to be their life and soul and most beloved friend. They cannot bear the thought of him having to experience the burning sun of the summer. They always want him to be pleased, and hence they take care of him with so much affection. So this is Chandan Yatra for 21 days now. Lord Jagannath gave direct instructions to King Indradumna to perform this festival, smearing the body of the Lord with ointment in an act of devotion. And the best of ointments is sandalwood paste. Since the month of Vaishakh is very hot in Bharat, the cooling effect of the sandalwood is very pleasing to the body of the Lord. So sandalwood paste is also applied in Jagannath Puri, all over the body, leaving only his two eyes visible. The Utsav Murti, the functional deities, Vijay Utsav, are taken on procession and are placed in a boat in Narendra Pokhari, the temple pond, to commemorate this festival. Lord Chaitanya also carried out water sports with his devotees. So this is Radha Shyam Sundar in Vrindavan. You can see they're completely covered in sandalwood. And this will take place for 21 days. Every day they will be covered in sandalwood. This is Madhavendra Puri, who is very famous in this regard as well, because the Lord personally asked him, bring sandalwood for me. So that's Akshaya Tritya. Anybody, anything to add? Anything that'd like to share? Or ask any questions? You're welcome to do so.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I read we get so much text messages today about Akshaya Patra.
Yes.
And it says that Lord Balram appeared on this day. One of the texts says that.
Balaram Jayanti is 11th of August.
Yeah, somebody said Lord Balram appeared. So, okay.
Oh, maybe because, he appears, they appear regularly, right? Every Dwapar Yuga. That may not be the original Balaram, but there may be a different yuga in a previous yuga that he appeared.
Yeah, okay, yes.
That's always possible. That's how we always justify different dates, actually.
Yeah, different yugas.
Yeah, different yuga, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for asking. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, let's stop there. Akshaya Tritya ki jai.